Hi, I'm Joe Mishka with Rural Heritage. Last fall, we spent part of a day with Chad and Frank Miano as they logged with their big Suffolk Punch draft horses on a mountainside near Gate City, Virginia. Here's a little footage from the show we put together from that shoot.
We've been here 2 years.
Okay. What are you taking out? What kind of wood?
Basically, all species. We're select cutting it. It's mainly red oak, white oak, beech, maple. And we started out just to do a very limited job, and then as we worked and he saw what we were doing, and I started pointing out there was a tremendous amount of rub damage. I said, you might as well, while we're here, get these trees. And then we've run into, especially with the red and the black oak, high mortality. And I think it's just due to the changing climate. Right here, and you can't see from here because I guess the first 50, 75 foot, maybe 100 foot used to be clear.
Okay.
And then there's 20-acre patch of woods above. I did that job in 1997. And
So you can see the positive impact of what you did before.
now once we get up in here, because we're logging on this side of the ridge, you can look over into this site.
Okay.
And it had been, I don't know, a couple years ago. I had never set foot on the site since we had done it the first time, and so I went up there and walked it, and it was a pretty remarkable experience for me. And what I found, one of the things I found pretty neat is the white oaks we had cut. The notches, everything else was gone, but the notches we'd cut out of the trees were still there. I thought that was pretty neat, you know. But and then I think it's I've said this line before about, you know, talking about sustainability. Well, this job here and then the other job we're talking about, you know, I did that for he was born.
Yeah.
Now we're back, and you know he's 21 years old now,
Right.
helping me do this.
Yeah.
So, you know, I am quite proud of that. You know. One of my goals for when I started this logging is I wanted to show that it's a viable option. While there's still clear cutting going on, there's a lot of better logging going on with the conventional guys.
Okay.
A lot more select cutting, a lot more.
Coming from the landowners probably, or a lot
yeah,
of, yeah.
I mean that's because we've done, you know, you're talking about in this area since I've started we have, you know, cut over several thousands of acres.
Right.
And been all over the region.
Right.
So we've been setting that example. And while you know the type of work that, you know, their select cutting stuff, I would say is still not on par with the quality we're doing.
Right.
But it's better than the clear cut.
Right.
If they leave 20% of the timber standing, that's great. That's trees that wouldn't have been standing otherwise.
Right.
And so that's kind of how I have looked at it. Is you know, we're trying to have an impact and set an example and all that, one boundary at a time. So it's been those type of things that how I've grown the business. And then one of the biggest things how I've grown the business is sitting right there. You know, he's went from a little boy playing fort on the stump with sticks and rocks. Him and his older sister, he's doing all the timber cutting. You know, he's got a forestry degree. So he's taking, I call in the way I look at it, the man cutting the timber in a horse logging operation is the lead man. He sets the pace. His decisions either make a good day or a bad day.
Right. They impact everything down the line.
They have impact everything down the line, and so he's got to the point now with his skills that he makes everything run very smooth. These horses are part of the family.
Right.
And we love them to death, but it's it's like brothers and sisters. We fuss and carry on and have our good days and bad days, but in the end, they're part of the family, and we treat them that way. And they grew up. I'm so proud. Even my oldest daughter, she can go catch the horses and deal with them. They've all grown up in the woods. Just learning a work ethic, learning how to work.
Right.
And what I'm after is to teach my children, like my dad taught me, like my parents taught me, my mother and father, a basic set of skills, mentally and physically. So that's what's allowed me to do what I've done with the logging. As I come up on obstacles, I can figure it out. I can work my way through it. And that's what I'm trying to teach them. And this is a good pathway for that. I'm giving my children, that's the best thing I can do for them, is give them those basic skills, because who knows what this world and life holds in store for them. I want them to be prepared. So being prepared to me is not about material things. It's about what's in here.
Right.
And in what's in here.
If you enjoyed watching this footage, you are sure to like the entire episode. To see it, click here. And to see more of this kind of stuff, be sure to subscribe to our free YouTube channel by clicking here.